A few months ago we were talking about taking a great American touring story. We both love the blues, we both love good food, and we both love roads.
So our plan was to go from Memphis and follow Highway 61 down through the Mississippi Delta where the blues were born.
And I thought New Orleans was a great place to wrap the trip, disperse back into the world, which is what happens at the end of the Mississippi River. Yeah, when we got into town, we rolled into New Orleans. I'd never been there, and it's sort of what I expected. Really narrow streets, tall buildings, everything coming from every direction, police on every corner, a lot of chaos. You know, like interesting to ride in, maybe not a rider city, a good place to ride to, park, and then relax. Bourbon streets and, you know, this kind of wonderful semi-controlled insanity, and it's all true. It's just absolutely wonderfully true. We stayed at a really historic hotel called the Monteleone, and you know, it's a writer's hotel. Faulkner and many other famous writers stayed there, and that was, we thought, a great terminus for the trip. My first impression of Bourbon Street was just the overwhelming party chaos that was going on. Like, you see a drink spilled every 15 seconds. You see every level of consciousness, possible human consciousness. It's a little bit swampy, it's a little bit sweaty, and then you just get this incredible food smell and all these great things that are going on. The cool thing was, we got up really early this morning and we took a tour through the city. We got to ride on Bourbon Street. Everything was a lot quieter. The barriers were down because they closed sections for pedestrian traffic. So we got to ride through Bourbon Street and we got to tour around the neighborhoods. We went off to other streets, a few streets over, and you have this sort of more quiet sort of neighborhood feeling, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful place.
The other thing about the French Quarter is in the morning, it's like the very definition of the morning after. You know, the night is raucous and loud and people are out drinking, and you get up in the morning and everything is very calm and everybody's sort of plodding through the streets and quietly drinking coffee and going, wow, that was quite a night. You know, it's the start of another day.
Man, I don't know what to get here. There's so many, like, you're in New Orleans, you feel like every meal should be a massive Cajun attack of like jambalaya and rice and andouille sausage.
Let's see, what do we got here? We've got black and red fish. I came for the oyster platter, but I think I'm going to save that for evening and eat something lighter.
Yeah, I think I might keep it simple. There's a lot of really cool stuff. Red beans and rice, and Taste of the Bayou's like a crawfish etouffee and Cajun jambalaya, but muffaletta's the way. Like, I haven't really I've had muffaletta before, but I've never had it in New Orleans, so that's where I'm going. Muffaletta, maybe it'll be lighter than something I'm gonna have for dinner, who knows, but gotta try it.
Taste of the Bayou, that's what I'm having. Chicken andouille gumbo, crawfish etouffee, red beans, and Cajun jambalaya. That's it.
It's a really great slice of humanity, like a really interesting place where like a lot of barriers come down.
Every street has a slightly different vibe, but they're all quite beautiful and charming. The hotels are relatively small. It's just a friendly place to be for me.
We had an amazing experience. Great music and food in Memphis. We turned the front wheel south and headed into the Mississippi Delta. Whiskey on the porch at midnight in Clarksdale. Thunder clapping in the sky. Lightning flashing overhead. And then we headed on to New Orleans. New Orleans is so chaotic and so overwhelming. Your senses become kind of distrusting of all the noise. You know, our last night of the trip, we're walking along the street and we hear this sound, this blues guitar, this slide guitar. And the sound breaks through that distrust of the noise and it comes to you, and it drew us to this guy. He's using an ignition plug socket to play slide guitar on the street. And there we were in New Orleans. And what we realized after this trip was we left in search of the blues, but you don't find the blues finds you.